Today, I will be reviewing our business class flights on TAP Air Portugal from London to Lisbon. The cost of a business class ticket is not very high, just £90 more than economy. But is it worth it? Stay tuned to find out. Let's go! Hi there, it's Ken from Ken Travels 360. Today, we've got an exciting flight ahead of us. We are flying from London Heathrow Airport, Terminal 2, to the beautiful Portuguese capital, Lisbon, in business class with TAP Air Portugal. And I will be reviewing the whole flight process. The day before the flight, I already did the online check-in and I have my boarding pass ready. So I do not need to go to the check-in desk. Because we are flying in business class, we've got fast-track security too. Right, we've just cleared security. Now we're gonna visit the business class lounges. Yes, plural. At this terminal, you've got not one, not two, but 4 different Star Alliance lounges you can choose from to visit. We're now in the main departures area. Here, we've got the Lufthansa Lounge complex. The other 3 lounges are over in Terminal 2B satellite, which is 15 minutes walk from the main terminal. Right, here we are at the Lufthansa lounges. Like elsewhere, Lufthansa has a typical setup of a senator lounge and a business class lounge here. We presented the boarding pass at the reception desk and we were granted access. Let's explore the business class lounge first. It's not incredibly spacious, but it offers a variety of seating options, including bar stools and comfortable armchairs. As it's early evening on a Friday, the lounge is quite busy, and it took us a while to find available seats. There's also a small business area with a printer. The lounge does benefit from ample natural light, thanks to its floor-to-ceiling windows, although the views to the apron are somewhat obscured. Now, let's take a look at their food and beverage offerings. They serve a decent selection of food, including sandwiches, salad, pasta, meatballs, and soup. I have to say, the meatballs are surprisingly good. They also provide a good variety of bread and pastry, cold cuts, and cheese. While you're here, don't forget to try their delicious cookies. It was probably my favorite food here. As for the bar, you can find the usual soft drinks, beers, white wine, and red wine. While the wines are okay, they're not gonna win any awards. They also serve Prosecco, and there's a reasonable selection of liquor. And to my delight, they even have Aperol. As for coffee lovers, there's a coffee machine if you're in need of a caffeine fix. I also had the chance to check out the Senator Lounge, which is supposed to be more premium than the business class lounge. To enter, you either need to be traveling in first class or hold Lufthansa Senator or Star Alliance Gold status. However, at least here at Heathrow, they serve exactly the same food and drinks as in the business class lounge. Right, overall, it's a decent, if not overly exciting lounge. It provides all the essential you expect from a business class lounge, but nothing more really. And surprisingly, the Senator Lounge is basically exactly the same as the business class lounge. The food and beverage is exactly the same. So, what's the difference? Now, let's make our way to the remote satellite terminal to explore the other lounges. While we do that, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy flight trip reports and airport lounge reviews. I have plenty of these videos on my channel with more to come in the future. So we just got to the satellite building and it took 10 minutes to walk here. Obviously, it could take longer if you have a lot of luggage with you. And make sure you allow enough time to get back to the main terminal if your flight departs from the gates there. Okay, we're gonna check out the United Club Lounge next. After checking in at reception, you'll find a spacious, well-lit lounge with an open interior. The interior is largely one big open space, but there are some attractive blue glass dividers in the center of the lounge, as well as some driftwood trees. The floor-to-ceiling windows offer a great view of the apron. In terms of food and drinks, this lounge surpasses the offerings of a typical United Club in the United States. although it's not as premium as the Polaris lounges, which are reserved for passengers flying Polaris on international business class tickets. The food is provided as a buffet, and they serve hot dishes too. Let's check out what they have. Right, they've got bread and brownies, and the latter were pretty good. As for hot food, they were serving fish and chips with mushy peas. I'm pretty sure they were frozen fish. They also had beef stroganoff, chili con carne, and some vegetarian lasagna. Finally, there's also tomato soup. The food served here is not the most spectacular ever, but I've seen way worse food being served in airline lounges before. If these are not to your taste, there's also salad and sandwiches to choose from if you prefer. As for drinks, here you can find the longest cocktail bar at Heathrow. In fact, it's the third longest in the world. The bar here serves beers, wine, spirits, and cocktail. They don't serve champagne, but they do serve Prosecco. Cheers! I've got my favorite drink, Aperol Spritz. There is free and fast Wi-Fi. Let's do a speed check to see how fast it is. Wow, that's fast! 110 megabits per second. What's more, it's not just the download speed, the upload speed is 19 megabits per second as well. Really fast internet here. Right, we've spent enough time at United Club Lounge already. Let's move on. Originally, my plan was to also visit the Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge, as well as the Silver Crest Lounge of Singapore Airlines. Unfortunately, the Air Canada Lounge closed really early at 5:30, so we couldn't get in. As for Singapore Airlines Silver Crest Lounge, we were told that it was at capacity and they were only allowing their own passengers in. So we're now heading back to the main Terminal 2 building. Was it worth all the trek here for United Club? Absolutely. Remember how crowded that Lufthansa Lounge is, and you compare it with how serene the United Club was, then I think you'll agree that it was worth the trek there. Now it's time to go to our departure gate and take to the skies. Looks like it's boarding already. So with TAP Air Portugal, you are allowed 8 kilos of carry-on luggage and 2 kilos of handbag or backpack. They actually weighed my luggage to see how heavy it is. Right, we are getting on board. Our seats are 2D and 2F. The leather Recaro seats look very smart and comfortable. However, they're only installed for the first 10 rows or so. The rest of the cabin is equipped with slimline seats, which are much less comfy, as we'll discover on the return flight. There are power outlets and USB-A charging points between the seats, which is a nice touch. The seat pitch is a generous 33 inches, so there is plenty of leg room, particularly for a short-haul flight. However, at the back, where they have slimline seats, you'll notice a more cramped 28-inch seat pitch. As you can see, the seat pitch is really good, much wider than BA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TAP Air Portugal.
So today, the flight is operated by an Airbus A320neo.
Where's the menu?
I think we'll be lucky if we are given hot food at all.
Ladies and gents, welcome aboard. The captain speaking. Just to let you know, we are finishing the loading of the aircraft.
Well, much to my surprise, there is a menu, and there is hot food today. There's of course no onboard entertainment, but I've got iPlayer loaded up, so I have fun watching Kunk on Britain. So our dinner has arrived. The starter is smoked salmon, always one of my favorites. The main course is a very sumptuous looking duck confit that I'm really looking forward to. Finally, there's pumpkin brownie for dessert, and we have sparkling wine to go with all these as well. Right, I just finished the whole dinner now. I enjoy the smoked salmon starter, but then I love salmon, so it would take a lot for me to not like it. The main course of duck confit was excellent. The duck was so tender, juicy and succulent, so it has really far exceeded my expectations. I have had duck in land-based restaurants that were totally overcooked, so kudos to them for preparing it properly. As for the pumpkin brownie dessert, that one was a surprise. Normally, I don't like pumpkin desserts, but I tried this one. The taste was subtle, but it grew on me, and I ended up finishing the whole brownie. So overall, the food is really good. If you enjoyed this video so far and want to see more interesting content like this, please take a moment to hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Time passes really quickly when you're watered and fed. Before we know it, we're approaching Lisbon already. And it's time to answer my initial question: was the upgrade worth it? After experiencing the economy class on the return flight, I can confidently say it was. The business class seat was much more comfortable, more spacious, with the added bonus of an empty seat. The meal they served was excellent. One of the best short-haul business class meals I've had recently. When you factor in the lounge access as well, it definitely offers great overall value. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've got a few more flight reviews video on my channel, so why don't you watch one of them now? See you over there. Ciao! Well, welcome to Lisbon. It seems we've got a bus gate